Hello guys, welcome to this another video, and today we will going to discuss cache mapping techniques. And in cache mapping techniques we will only going to discuss direct mapping. And one thing, if you have not seen my previous videos, then just go and check it out. Okay, so let's start. So first we have to know that what is cache mapping. We already know that RAM is divided into smaller parts known as frame or block. Now, from the secondary memory, a page will come inside a frame or block of the RAM through paging. We already discussed it in paging. Now the question is how this block or frame or page will come inside the cache. So we know that cache is directly attached with the processor, and when processor requests a word, then the requested word must present inside the cache because processor takes the word from the cache. So through paging, the requested word is already present inside the RAM, but how it will come inside the cache? So like RAM, cache is also divided into equal smaller parts known as line. Each line can contain a single block of the RAM. So block or page or frame, these all are actually same in meaning. So this concept is similar to the paging, that in paging we read that each frame of the RAM contains only a single page. So here also each line of the cache can contain a single block or page or frame of the RAM. Okay, so what is cache mapping? The technique by which a block or frame or page will come inside a line of the cache is known as cache mapping. So which block of the RAM comes inside which line of the cache? That mapping, okay, that mapping, that technique is known as cache mapping. So there are different types of cache mapping techniques. There are three types of cache mapping techniques. First is direct mapping, then fully associative mapping, and finally the last is set associative mapping. So we will cover these three techniques in 3 classes. In next Sunday we will cover fully associative mapping, and after next Sunday we will cover set associative mapping. Now move to the direct mapping. In direct mapping, there is a direct formula by which a particular block of the RAM will map to the particular line of the cache. So let's see the formula. The formula is L equals to K mod N. Here L means line index, K means block index, and N is the total number of lines present in cache. You have to memorize this formula. So let's move to an example and see how direct mapping works. Okay, so here RAM has 32 blocks, B0 to B31, and cache has 4 lines, that is L0 to L3, and it's a direct mapped cache. And in each block there are 4 words. Okay, so we already knew that why these blocks contain several words. What is the concept of word? We already know that. We already discussed it in paging. Okay, so now each block has 4 words. So like that, here are total 32 blocks. So inside RAM there are total 32 into 4, that is total 128 number of words. Now see how blocks are mapped to the different lines of cache. So here we apply direct mapping because the cache is direct mapped cache. So according to the previous formula, L equals to K mod N. Now see, for block B0, 0 mod 4. Why 0 mod 4? The formula is K mod N. So here 0 is the block index and 4 is the total number of lines present inside the cache. So 0 mod 4, that is 0, and 0 is the line index of the cache. So block B0 will come inside line 0, that is L0. So like that, For block B1 it will come in L1, for block B2 it will come in L2, and so on and so forth. For block B28 it will come in L0, for block B29 it will come in L1, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it is an easy concept. According to formula, we just placed different blocks inside different lines of the cache according to direct mapping. Now let's move. So it is just an animation that how blocks are mapped, the different lines. B0 will map to the L0, B1 will map to the L1, B2 will map to the L2, B3 will map to the L3, and like that. B28 will map to the L0, B29 will map to the L1, B30 will map to the L2, and B31 will map to the L3. So that is how, according to the direct mapping, B0 to B31, total 32 blocks are mapped inside different lines of the cache. Here is an important fact, and you have to understand it. There are total 32 blocks and cache has 4 lines. So there are particular 32 by 4, that is 8 blocks, those who are mapped to the same line of the cache. So actually what does it mean? Here are total B0 to B31, total 32 blocks. And if we apply the formula L equals to K mod N for each and every block, so then we will see that the result will same for the 8 blocks, particular 8 blocks, the result will same. Now, why actually this happens? So here the formula is L equals to K mod N, and here the number of lines present inside the cache is 4, that is N equals to 4. So mod 4 will result in either 0 or 1 or 2 or 3, nothing except this. So here are possible results are 4 results, that is 0 or 1 or 2 or 3. So that is why here are total 32 blocks and there are 4 possible results. So that is 32 by 4, that is for 8 blocks the result will become same, and that is why they are mapped to the same line of the cache. Now see, in L0 there are these 8 blocks for which the result becomes same, and they will come inside L0. Actually any one of them will come inside L0, and these 8 blocks, they will come inside L1, any one of them actually. Here are also 8 blocks, any one of them will come inside L2, and any one of them will come inside L3. Now see an interesting fact, that here the particular 8 blocks will come inside same line of the cache. So actually from this concept the name direct mapping comes. So actually that which block will come inside which line, that is already predetermined by the formula. That is why this cache mapping is known as direct mapping, because the formula directly says that which block will mapped inside which line. Okay, so that is actually direct mapping. Now there is an important part of direct mapping. Now when processor requests a word, then processor generates an address known as logical address, and it will convert to physical address by MMU, that is memory management unit. So how this address conversion will take place, that we will cover in another next class. So now here the fact is, if processor wants to access a word directly from the RAM, then what is the length of the physical address? In this case, according to this example, what is the length of the physical address and what are the different parts of it? So this is the question actually. how many bits of address we require in this case. Now see carefully. Here we have 4 words in a block and there are total 32 blocks. So total 32 into 4, that is 128 words are present in cache. So to address different 128 words, we need 7-bit address because 128 equals to 2 to the power 7. So when processor directly access a word from the RAM, then there are total 128 words. So it needs 7-bit address to find a word inside RAM. Now the fact is, so total address length is 7-bit. If we want to find a word in RAM, then first we have to choose the block within which the required word is present. So it is very important. When processor finds the required word, then processor will not find 128 words, just search 128 words and find the required word. It is actually very time consuming. So actually what happens, first processor choose that inside which block the required word is present. So first it has to choose the block. So here are B0 to B31, total 32 blocks. So to address these 32 different blocks, we need 5-bit address because 32 equals to 2 to the power 5. And then after finding the particular block, we have to choose the required word within the block. So when you find the block within which the particular word is present, then we have to find the word inside that block. So we need 2-bit address to choose a word within a block. So after finding the particular block, there are 4 words inside a block. So 4 equals to 2 square. That is why we need 2-bit address to choose a word within a block. And this 2-bit address is also known as block offset. Okay. So this 7-bit address has, actually this 7-bit address consists of 2 parts. So 5 bits are required to choose block and 2 bits are required to choose the word inside the block, that is also known as block offset. So this 5 bits of MSB is known as block number and these 2 bits of LSB is known as block offset. So this type of numerical also comes in your semester exams as well as in GATE exams. Actually, cache mapping is a very important topic in GATE exams. So this type of numerical will come. They are the type of cache, number of lines present in cache given, and the blocks and the words are given, and you have to find the length of the address and what are the different parts of it. So this is the all about the length of address and different parts of address if we want to find the word inside RAM. So that is one thing. Now processor will fetch the word from cache because I already told that cache is directly attached with the processor. So then how many bits of address is required? So we saw that if processor wants to access a word from the RAM, then different type of address length and there are different parts. But for cache, what is the address length and what are the different parts of that address? So we will cover this part of the direct mapping in our next class. So that's all for the day, and in the next class we also cover fully associative mapping. So if you have any doubt regarding this direct mapping, so then please comment in the comment box and Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Please support my channel, and I will continue my videos like that. Okay, and stay home and stay safe. Okay friends, goodbye.